Hey guys, it's me. I'm just showing you some stuff that I'm going to use for this layout. This is the flea market, and this is Oh Darling, both by crepe paper. And these are some pictures I printed out on adhesive fabric paper. They're 4x4, and I'm just going to trim them up. I had to do some editing on this video because it was too long to load up to upload to YouTube, so that's why some parts might get cut out a bit, but the good stuff's in there. So this is a Heidi Swap stencil, and I'm going to use that marker spritzer over there to the left, and that's a broken piece of my entertainment center. That is mustard seed. That's a distress marker. All three of them are, and I'm going to use the spritzer to spritz the stencil. So I'm using the mustard seed in the top left corner, and I'm going to do some worn lipstick there in the middle. And for the bottom right corner, I am going to switch to peacock feathers. And what the nice thing is about this spritzer, I really love this tool, is you have so much control over where the color goes um, while maintaining that great like misting look, because I love that look. So it came out a little blotchy at first, so what I did is I just moved my marker back a bit. I try to get the whole point across where the air comes out. So now I'm just going to have a look through these papers, and I know I want to use this flashcard sheet right here. So I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to use a couple papers out of this flea market 6x6 that coordinate. And I love that about crepe paper is most of their lines will coordinate really well with each other. They have very similar undertones, so it makes them very easy to use together. So now I'm distressing the edges of the pictures with vintage photo here and a dauber by Recollections, which I really don't like because fuzzies, like parts of the foam, come off really easily. So that's why you saw me tip my paper up. So now I'm going to mat these photos on these two sheets of flea market, and I'm kind of getting a basic place to start my layout. I didn't have an idea other than that stencil of where I wanted to go with this, so it's kind of flying by the seat of my pants. So I'm going to cut out 3 of these flashcards, a pink one, a blue one, and that yellowish color. Excuse the background noise if you can hear it. I'm in my family room, so I'm going to use these 2. I'm not going to end up using that one right there that I put off to the left. And keeping with that diagonal on the stencil. Now I'm cutting off a piece of this ombre polka dot. I really like that paper, so I wanted to put some of that in. So I'm just going to place a piece on the top and on the bottom there. I just cut it in half. And these are some Bow Bunny doilies, and where I'm putting them now is not actually where they're going to stay on the layout. So, and you'll see why, I think, if I didn't have to cut that out. So now I'm just looking through more of the papers, and I love these cut apart sheets because it really is like a whole pack of embellishments for like $1 or 89 cents, whatever you end up paying for the sheet. So I cut out that little arrow tab thing, and that says Little Attitude, which fits her pretty well. And then I cut out this wood grain arrow that says Love You, and I'm going to put that up by my other daughter's picture right there. And I'm going to use one of these basic gray fabric stickers, and I'm going to use this yellowish frame looking one, and I'm just going to incorporate that with some layering. So I'm setting that on some wax paper so I can move it around, and I do pull off this teal frame too, but I don't end up using that. So, and like I said, I just put them on wax paper so I can move them around. So I'm just kind of seeing where I want to put this, and I decide I want part of it down there. So I'm just cutting it in half and seeing how I like it, and I like it there, so that's where it's going to find its home. Now the other one is a bit different because it becomes a little, this isn't where it's going to rest right here. I initially thought that's where I wanted, and I do like it there, but it's not going to stay there due to a problem I run into. So I'm going to put that off to the side because I'm not going to use it. And these are some Oh Darling chipboard pieces. I love chipboard. I have a bit of obsession with it. I have lots of it. So I'm just pulling out some pieces. Oh, I think I did cut that part out. So now I'm going to distress those, and they're magically distressed that quick. And I'm just making sure I like everything, and I'm going to stick the pictures down. And this is where I ran into the problem. When you peel that backing off, they become very thin because the fabric is very thin. And so it's good because you can see there it's a bit translucent, so the pattern carries through on the lighter parts of the pictures, which I did like actually. But they're very finicky to put down. Really, I really had a hard time. Maybe it's just me because I do have kind of like clumsy finger syndrome, but I had a really hard time. And so I think next time I'll just keep the backing on. I don't think over time it'll peel off the backing. I would hope not. So I'm just setting things back where they were, and I'm going to put this little piece of the frame down. I'm going to tuck it under that, peel a little bit of that picture up and tuck it under there. And that's kind of weird how the doilies ended up in different places than originally, because I was not about to peel those pictures up and down and up and down. So I just stuck them behind the whole main cluster there. So I'm just taping that ombre polka dot paper in, and I'm fussing with that corner a bit. And now I'm going to find a new home for this frame, because again, I realize I'm going to run into that picture. So that's where it's going to find its home, up there. And now I'm just using some Scotch Quick Dry to glue these doilies in place. And I'm going to start, messing with my embellishments a bit. So I'm going to glue that one there, and I'm going to put that one up on some foam tape, give it a little dimension. And I'm going to do the same up here. So I did peel that doily up because it wasn't sitting right. So now I'm going to glue all of that back together, and I'm going to lay that piece on some foam tape also. So now I stuck the whole cluster down. I cut that part out, and I put this little frame right there, and that's going to become a journaling spot. So now I'm just picking out some chipboard pieces, and I picked out that yellow Polaroid and some hearts, and I'm going to use this pink hot air balloon over there, and I really love that little cluster with that hot air balloon in it and the hearts floating off of it. And then there's another little chipboard piece under that Love You arrow. So I distressed all the chipboard, and now I'm just looking for something to rest under that camera. I feel like it needed something under there, so I cut that out of that Oh Darling cut apart sheet, and it just was the best day. I wasn't really paying attention to the words on it. I just wanted something in that mint color that was the appropriate size. So I'm going to lay that there, and then I'm looking through this horrible storage of washi tape and other stuff, and I'm going to pick out this like light polka dot. It's a light pink polka dot in like a very grittish type pattern. I think that's just from Target or something like that. So I'm going to layer that on there as well. And then I'm looking through flea market embellishments, but I don't abuse anything other. I don't bother taking it out because I know pretty much by memory what's in there. So that is a cork heart from Fancy Pants. And then at the bottom there, you can't see, but I'm going to use one of these Studio Calico cork arrows just to bring that to that bottom corner down there. And I'm going to lay a little bit of washi behind that cork heart, that same washi tape. So, yeah. So I peeled the backing off that, and I was going to stick it down, but then I realized how stark white the sides were, so I decided to distress those with the Vintage Photo 2, and then I lay that arrow down there. I'll have to remember to keep my layout up a little bit so you can see the bottom more the next time. So now I'm just pulling out some letter stickers to use. Those are some sticky keys, but I don't end up using those ones. I was over there for a while looking for thickers and stuff. So I pulled out these. Those are mini markets. I believe they're like pink and cream or something like that. That's a wood grain Amy Tangerine, and that is like a bluish, tealish, light bluish Amy Tangerine with like really thick crystal glittery stuff on the top. They're really pretty. I have them in 3 colors. So I'm sorry, I don't remember the names of those. I didn't look. I need to download those Mercy Tiara sheets, recipe sheets she calls them, so you can kind of fill them out as you go. So I just laid that down, and I'm going to lay the rest of the chipboard down now, and just commit to all of that. I really love that hot air balloon with the hearts. It's so cute. So I just grabbed some wax paper, and I'm going to start working on my title here, and the title is going to be New Shoes for All. So I'm using those Amy Tan wood grain ones for the new, and I'm going to switch to the Dear Lizzie ones for the word shoes. And the mini markets are going to be for the word for. And then I was going to use the wood grain ones again, but then I decided to go back to my letter sticker box, and I grabbed some gold foil thickers. They're called rain boots, and I decided to use those instead. I just really love gold. So I'm going to put those on there, and they're in a cursive font, and these L's looked so weird to me. I hope I even have them upright. I don't even know, but I mean, you can tell what it says. So, and I was going to put an exclamation point, but I decided not to. So that's where the title's going to live. So fussing a bit, but it looks good to me. So now I'm going to start laying it down, and I really like how the title kind of flows with the flow of the layout. So I did like that part of it, and I love using different fonts and colors. Sorry about this background noise. Like I said, my kids are in here and they're watching TV and playing on phones and stuff. So now I'm taking some Inca Gold just to bring in some more gold, since I have those stickers on there, and I'm putting them in the corners up there and on the bottom, and then my daughter's going to come in and do a little bit, and my little daughter is going to come in and just smear it in the middle of the page. But oh well, what are you going to do? So now what am I doing? Now I'm going to take some sequins, and that's how I store them in those towel containers there. And those are some wood grain ones by Studio Calico, and I love them. I'm going to be so sad when I run out. And I'm also using some pink ones that have like a pearl finish on them, and those come in the same package as the wood grain ones. I think they also come with like a navy in there too, maybe. And then I'm going to pull out these gold Teresa Collins sequins, which are quite a bit bigger. So I kind of scatter those about in various places. And now I'm just using glue dots to put those down. That's mainly how I put down my sequins. I find that works the best for me. It's quick. I don't have to wait for anything to dry. So I've tried the wet glue, and I make a mess personally. Like I said, I have clumsy fingers, so it's a little hard for me. But so I just use the glue dots, and it works great. I have a sequin yet to fall off. So now I'm going to lay some washi. This is just a gold chevron washi. I think that was from the Recollections Christmas stuff. So these are just my roller date stamps, I think they're called. I just keep them in that bucket there. And I'm going to end up using the Studio Calico one with the date of the pictures, and also it says documented in like a scripty type font. So I'm going to take out some Heidi Swap inks. I was going to use that mint, but then I decided to use the teal and the pink. So I'm going to start with the pink, and I'm just inking them up, and I'm just slapping them on there. Some are second generation, and you know, in both corners. And then I'm going to do the same with the teal. And I just love that look. Like, I think it was one of the crepe paper lines had a sheet for Valentine's Day, and it was just the whole paper. It was like a roller date stamp print, or roller date stamp print. And I really loved it. So, so that's it. I was trying to do a close-up, but then I realized I didn't do my journaling. So that's just the Warren Lipstick Distress Marker that I'm using. And I just did a little bit of journaling, and that's it. Thanks for watching.